This is Horus the falcon, or the phoenix, the Ba of Ra, coming to one of the gods and bringing them the gnosis, or the third eye, the knowledge, while they sleep. It's coming astral projected. That leads us to this next, astral music. Artists are actually using astral projection to bring spirits into you through their songs. Make you have a fetish for them. Listen. Shh. Yeah, I couldn't wait to get to Canada. Drake's from here, eh? Drake's, look what he's doing. What is he doing? Oh. It's the third eye. That's 3 6s, 666. His song is called I Invented Sex. Put your code in the gate, pull up to the driveway, because she likes the way I touch her. Listening to Usher, I got a confession. Know we about to sin, but your body is a blessing. God forgive me. Girl, you're going to think I invented sex because I'm going to do it like I did. Just imagine your 12, 13-year-old daughter singing this song in her bed with her headphones on. Just imagine her thoughts when it's time to go to sleep. And just imagine the astral visitors, what she's open for. Can I keep going? Did you ever think that you'd see the day when someone that sings about sex would get that kind of scream in the house of God? Did you ever think? No. Listen, don't clap. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you that this music, through these visitations from these artists, coming in your bedroom, in your dreams, and in your sleep, you have no regard for God. None. You can't even control your own. You can't even control your screaming. You think music can do that? Is music that powerful? No, it's not. It's what's behind the music that is that powerful. It takes a big, bad, bold demon to disrespect the house of God like that. But I'm here to bust it up. That's my job. Trey Songz, watch this. Astral music. This guy is gonna make himself appear to you. He's gonna make himself a fantasy for you, and all he has to do is lyrically entice you. Look, watch how he does it. In his song, Addicted to Songs, which he's Trey Songz, he says, I'm addicted to song. I'm addicted to song. I'm addicted to songs. My addiction. I'm addicted to song. I'm addicted to song. I make your girl say, I'm addicted to songs. My addiction. Why is he saying that so many times? Because when you repeat it, guess what you're gonna say? I'm addicted to song. That's why they scream. They scream because they're addicted to songs. Why are they addicted? Because they told their subconscious mind and their human spirit by repetition that they're addicted to him. So even in the house of God, when I show his picture, they let out a scream because they are addicted to him. He describes himself as a drug. He said, she's beginning to go insane from the needle in her veins. What? Needle in her vein called the Nerversion Tremaine. That's his real name. Addicted to the verses, her dispersion like cocaine. He dope, but he is so vain. Cook coke in flames, bag it once I have it in the plastic. I deliver that, give it to the internet. Then they start developing a twitch for that blank that I spit through the fix. This brother has just placed himself in the veins or in the bodies of these young girls that you heard screaming, because they were programmed and opened themselves up through idolized entry. Can I keep going? The male, for the girls, the spirit is incubus that comes in, visits you, becomes your night husband. The man is succubus. Here is the same thing, Beyonce's song called Poison. She says, you're bad for me. I clearly get it. I don't see how something good could come from loving you. The death of me must be your mission, because with every hug and kiss, you're snatching every bit of strength. And I'm gonna need to fight off the inevitable, and it's a heartbreaking situation I'm up in, but I can't control. You're just like poison, slowly moving through my system, breaking all of my defenses down. You're just like poison, and I just don't get it. How could something so deadly feel so right? What happens when your 16-year-old daughter repeats these lyrics about her boyfriend? That means no matter what he does, something so bad feels so right. These artists are smart. You know why they're so smart? Because Christians have just laid down and allowed their children to listen to anything now, because they want to hear stuff. So they just found a way. They even have a song for all the boys to have wet dreams over. Beyonce played in the movie, and the name of the group was the Dream Girls. It's from the movie Dream Girls. I was listening to that song while I was watching that particular movie, and I was like, my God, they're talking about succubus. My wife was like, what? Look at the lyrics. Dream girls will help you through the night. Dream girls will make you feel all right. Dream girls keep you dreaming your whole life through. Dream girls can make your dreams come true. Dream girls will help you to survive. Dream girls will keep your fantasies alive. Always love you, and they'll be true. The dream girls can only belong to you. We're your dream girls, boy, we'll make you happy. We're your dream girls, we'll always care. Dream girls will never leave you, and all you gotta do is dream. Can I keep going? Yeah, now, shh, come on, I gotta move through this, y'all. I'm running out of time. Very, very slick. This is a slick one right here. She comes up with the song, there she is throwing up the just straight up devil sign. She's letting you know who she worked for, but that don't scare most of these kids these days. She has a song called Your Love, and in this song she mixes straight up Gnosticism in it. I couldn't believe it. She says in this last verse, I mean, he was Adam, and I think I was Eve. Uh-oh, back to the garden. But my vision ends with the apple on the tree. Now watch this. S on my chest, because I'm ready to save him. S? Sophia. And I think I love him. I think I love him just like I raised him. What? When he called me mama, little mama, I call him baby. Did you hear that? Gnosticism. This is what she says. She says her lyrics, when they ask about her lyrics being so perverted, ask her, do you ever feel guilty about being so nasty? Because y'all, this is the nicest song she has. She said, it makes me feel guilty because I know how I am with my 12-year-old brother, very strict. Every now and then I feel like I gotta censor it, but censoring it too much, if I censor it too much, it wouldn't be Nicki Minaj. I think a part of what they like is that I'm a naughty girl. Okay, this next part, let me get into this, and then we're going to try to move forward on this. This is Wands of Horus. Now, we're talking about Baal, the god of things that fly. If you look at these old hieroglyphics, you'll always see, you can't see it on this one, but on this particular picture, Horus would carry a wand, and then he would always have a small little thing, one of these things, in his hand, and these things are wands as well. These are wands of Horus. Now, what were the wands for? For the priests and pharaohs of ancient Egypt, the wands were a tool for attainment, allowing them to achieve a step-by-step evolution of psychic energy and causing people to enter into intercourse with the gods through the pyramids. A connection between the wands of Horus and the energy source is located within the pyramid. Now, why is this significant? Well, because when you see a lot of artists, and I've been studying this and I'm studying it some more, and it's getting real deep, a lot of artists depict themselves actually depicting this wand as a literal microphone. Aleister Crowley actually taught that the power was in the phonograph records by recording yourself and releasing energy through your microphone. So they're actually believing that this is a microphone and this other thing is kind of like a microphone stand. Let me show you something that represents that. But first, let me talk about Ba. Ba is the root of Baal. This is very important. Originally, gods who manifested themselves anonymously were called Ba. Later, they became the visible form of the god called the phoenix. This is where the phoenix bird actually came from. Here are some images of the phoenix. So we got Horus, we got his wands, and then we have the phoenix. So they're using the microphone and they're using the wands to bring forth power to have intercourse with the gods. And of course, this is the symbol of the fiery phoenix here. Here is the third eye and the fire there. Ba was mostly represented in the form of a bird, generally with a human head, okay? It moved about sometimes in the company of the shadows, but did not stray far. Every evening it returned to its body. Spells enabled it to assume any shape that it wished. So what these artists are doing, they're actually taking the Ba or the phoenix or the power of this bird, they're taking the wands and they are using it in ceremonies while they are up performing. And the person I'm going to use as an illustration for this, of course, is Kanye West. Kanye West. He has a song called Devil in a New Dress. Now, look at what he's doing before I even get into the song. This particular picture, he has two pyramids on the top of his fist. He's holding his mic as a wand, and then he has the phoenix or the Ba of Horus around his neck, a big symbol of it, okay? Right here, he's using the mic stand as a wand, and he has the mic and he's pointing here and he has Horus here. What is he doing? He's channeling energy or intercourse with the gods. Here he is doing the same thing in a mountain. Now, this particular song is from his video Runaway. This is one of those demonic songs he has in there. The song is called Devil in a New Dress. He says, put your hands to the constellations, which are the stars. The way you look should be a sin, you my sensation. I know I'm preaching to the congregation. We love Jesus, but you done learned a lot from Satan. I mean, a nigga did a lot of waiting. We ain't married, but tonight I need some consummation. Then he says, may the Lord forgive us. May the gods be with us. And that magic hour, I seen good Christians make rash decisions. Oh, she do it. What happened to religion? She lost it. Same thing. Now he's going to talk about the pyramid. He's going to talk about the whole thing right here, the pyramids and the Horus chain, and he calls it chain heavy. This song, he says, you're my devil, you're my angel, you're my heaven, you're my hell, you're my now, you're my never, you're my freedom, you're my jail, you're my lies, you're my truth, you're my war, you're my truth, you're my question, you're my proof. Lost in this plastic life, let's break out of this fake blank party and turn this into a classic night. If we die in each other's arms, we'll still get laid in the afterlife.
I sit on a council of 13 people that take orders only from the Rothschild Tribunal in London, which they claim they take their orders directly from Lucifer.
I was the manager of Zodiac Productions, which Zodiac Productions, its name's been changed since then. I'm not even sure what they call it now, but it's the largest music conglomerate in the world. It owns RCA Records, Columbia Records, Motown Records, owns almost all the concert booking agencies in the United States. And that's not even the name of the company that owns it. The name of the company that owns it is Brenner Enterprises, and Brenner Enterprises is owned by Chase Manhattan. Chase Manhattan's owned by Standard Oil, and Standard Oil is owned by the Lords of London. You can track it on back. You kind of get the idea after a while. But I was the managing president of Zodiac Productions. It's one of my jobs as being one of these 13 people. Thus, I got to know many of the people who produce music and sing the music and play the music that you play. Now, one of the closest friends that I got during that time that I obtained was a man named David Crosby. Crosby, Still, Nash & Young. I saw David the day before Christmas last year, talked with him. I got him away from this witch that he had with him. He told her to go shopping. We were in West Hollywood, and I was witnessing around to people I knew. We went off in this store, and we started talking. I said, David, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. I said, I already know the answers, but I've been gone for 5 years. I'd like to know if certain things are still the way they were when I left. I said, now I'll have to explain some of this when I'm done, because you're not going to understand it all unless you know something about music. I said, do they still take the master to the temple room? Dave said, yeah. I said, do they still have the coven conjure demons into the master? He said, of course. I said, now, I got to know something. What's the main reason for rock music? He said, come on, Lance, you know what the reason is. I said, please, David, I don't want to guess. Tell me what the main reason is. He says, the same as when you were in, so that we can play spells on people that we couldn't cast spells upon. I'll explain what that means in a minute. I said, okay, one last thing. I've been hearing that you must be an initiated witch now to get a record contract. He said, that's right. He says, many of us that weren't total witches have to be witches now in order to produce music. I said, thank you. The master is a tape about as big as the top of this podium that looks like an overgrown 8-track that the album is cut on and is placed in a machine that produces and presses the records and the 8-tracks and cassettes that you buy. After it's been recorded, it's taken in. This is why a master's cut months in advance before it's released. On the full moon, it's taken in to a temple room about the size of this auditorium that is in every one of the major music companies, behind locked doors up in the executive offices. And it's placed on an altar sitting in the north of the room, and a pentagram engraved in the floor. And 13 hand-chosen witches and wizards and a coven come in and conjure a principality or a power up, usually Regia or something like that, and order him to tell the demons under him to follow every record and every tape coming off of that master. As I tell many Christian parents, you can go home and count your kids' records, probably yours too, and count how many demons at least are there. If that's too hard for you to believe, I'm sorry. That's why they do it. Now listen to me. This is why rock music's addicting. Have you ever seen kids that got rid of their music? They go around like this. They can't wait to find a rock station somewhere, and they sneak off just like getting a cigarette or a fix, because it's addicting. That's why they can't give it up. The rest of the conversation was this. You can't cast a spell on a Christian, but you can get a Christian to cast a spell on themselves. If you give the permission for the spell to work, being a Christian won't block it. And rock music is not just a song. It is supernatural music that which is carefully designed by their spirit guides or familiar spirits in the form of spells. Now, although the devil's music's power is the music and God's music is the words, much of the songs are written in what we call witch language. Give you kind of an idea. Many of you talk on a CB, unless you know what a smoky is, and a 10-4, and a front door and back door and rocking chair and these type of things. You don't know what you're talking about. Same with witches. When you're in the first and second level, you have to learn over 2,000 words that said by anybody else means something totally different than when you say them. Elton John has said he's never written a song or sung a song that wasn't in which language. Now I want to show you something. See how many kids in here, be honest, and adults. How many remember and have heard at least several times a song called Hotel California? Somebody tell me what it meant. Quickly, somebody tell me what it meant. Huh? That's pretty close. But from the words, what did it mean? Well, that's more of a guess. See, most people can't tell you. That's why when people do drugs and they listen to songs in which language, they get some of the meaning. But most of the time, they can't tell you. Stop and think how many songs are out there that you really like, and you don't have any idea what the person was talking about. Beyond the Yellow Brick Road? How about The Destroyer by Kiss? Can anybody tell me what it's about? Kiss said in it, kids, kill your parents. They're talking about Helter Skelter. Beatles sung Helter Skelter in which language? Nobody knew what it meant. Manson did because he belonged to the process. Helter Skelter is a several thousand-year-old word. Most of the music is either about Helter Skelter or a place called the Night Winds, which is what Hotel California is about, and different doctrines of witchcraft. You listen to them, your parents let you listen to them, and they have no idea. Kiss openly bragged how they were gaining control of people through their music because the people played their music. They told how they didn't form their own group. Their church, because they were ordained ministers of the Satanist church, placed them together. And that's how most of the music is done. David Crosby, when him and Crosby, Still, Nash & Young produced the record Two-Way Street, they ordered the principality of Medici to order demons of rebellion to go into the record, and everybody that heard it would be rebellious against law and order and government. And it was one of the reasons for the great upheaval in the 60s was that one album, and they take open credit for it.
I have personally talked with Johnny Todd on the basis of Jack Chick's recommendation. Having known Johnny Todd now for more than 4 years, and my having known him for some 6 months, I believe that Johnny Todd is a genuinely converted man, saved by the grace of God out of the depths of Satan.